Good morning to one and all. In last class, we have discussed error probability of QPSK. So in that, we have derived the equation, the probability of error in QPSK, that is equal to P probability of error is equal to 2 times of Q into bracket of square root of E divided by N naught. Also, using the signal space diagram, we can derive this equation, or we can also approximate this error probability by using the signal space diagram. So let we'll consider the signal space diagram of this QPSK. What we have already seen that. So this is a signal space diagram of QPSK. By considering the signal space diagram, the four message points of this diagram are circularly symmetric with respect to the origin. We can apply approximate formula for this also. Consider, for example, message point M1 corresponding to the die bit is 10, chosen as the transmitted message point. The message points M2 and M4 corresponding to the die bits of 00 and 11 are the closest to the M1, that is M2 and M4 are very near to the M1. We will consider. Let consider from the diagram that M1 is equidistant from M2 and M4 in a Euclidean sense. So we'll get the distance between, that is d of 1 to 2 and d of 1 4 is equal to square root of 2 times of E naught. So this, from this diagram we can derive the equation, that is distance of 1 to 2 is, and 1 to 4, that is message point 1 to M1 to M2 and M1 to M4 is approximately equal to the square root of 2 times of E. We can assume, we can take it, assuming that E by E naught, assuming that E by N naught is large enough to ignore the contribution of the most distant message point M3 corresponding to the die bit 01 relative to M1. Note that in mistaking error, M2 or M4 from a single bit error is made. On the other hand, in mistaking M3 for M1, 2-bit errors are made. For a high E by N naught, the likelihood of both the bits of a symbol being in error is much less than a single bit, which is a further justification for ignoring M3 in calculating the probability of error when M1 is sent. So that means when we are sending M1 bit, there is a probability of error occurs of M2 and M4, because M2 and M4 are near to M1. There is a probability of error to occur M2 and M4, not the M3. We are assuming because M3 is far away from the M1 from the signal space diagram. So this is the so we'll consider here. So M1 is very near to M4 and M2, and M3 is far away from the M1. So therefore what we predict is, our probability of occurrence error when M1 is transmitted is M4 or M2. That is the error may occur. So that we will assume here. In QPSK, in a QPSK system, we note that since there are two bits per symbol, the transmitted signal energy per symbol is twice the signal energy per bit as shown here. So already we have seen that is that in QPSK we are transmitting 2 bit at a time. So therefore E is equal to 2 times of energy of bit. That is, total energy is equal to 2 times of E, 2 times of bit energy, because transmitted energy per symbol, that is equal to 2 bits at a time. Thus, expressing the average probability of symbol error in terms of the ratio of EB by N naught, we may write this equal to probability of error is equal to 2 times of Q naught, 2 times of Q into square root of 2 EB by N naught, with a gray encoding used for the incoming symbols. So from these equations, the bit error rate of QPSK is exactly is equal to Q into square root of 2 EB by N naught. We can approximate it. So we may therefore state that a QPSK system achieves the same average probability of bit error as a binary PSK system for the same bit rate and the same EB by N naught, but uses only half the channel bandwidth for the same EB by N naught, and therefore the same average probability of bit error. A QPSK system transmits information at twice the bit rate of a binary PSK system for the same channel bandwidth. For prescribed performance, QPSK uses channel bandwidth better than the binary PSK, which explains the preferred use of QPSK over binary PSK in practice. So earlier we stated that the binary PSK may be viewed as a special case of DSB-SC modulation techniques. In corresponding way, we may view the QPSK as a special case of the quadrature amplitude modulation in analog modulation theory. Note that for the that is the advantages of QPSK compared to the PSK or binary PSK what we have studied, that is BPSK. So bandwidth utilization is more in quadrature phase shift keying compared to binary phase shift keying. So next topic in this module is power spectra of QPSK. Depending on the die bit sent during the signal interval of t is greater than equal to minus tb less than equal to tb, the tb the in phase component equals plus g of t or minus g of t, and similarly for the quadrature component, the g of t denotes the symbol shaping functions defined by g of t is equal to square root of e by t when t is greater than 0, less than t, otherwise it is 0. Hence the in phase and quadrature components have a common power spectral density, namely E sin square of t into f. In the in-phase and quadrature components are statistically independent. Accordingly, the baseband power spectral density of the QPSK signal equals the sum of the individual power spectral densities of the in-phase and quadrature components. So we can write power spectra of QPSK, that is SB of F, is equal to 2 times of E into sin square of T into F. Therefore, E is equal to 2 times of EB. So it will become 4 into EB sin square of 2TB into F. So we'll get the power spectral density function of QPSK. So in general, the power spectral density of a signal describes the power present in the signal as a function of frequency per unit as a function of frequency measured in per unit frequency. So usually the PSD is commonly expressed in watts per hertz. So this is the normalized frequency on x-axis, that is f into tb will will normalized it. Then normalized power spectral density, that is SB of f divided by 4 times into EB will get on the y-axis. With QPSK and MSK, this normalized power spectra of QPSK and MSK signals, minimum shift keying signals, are shown in this diagram. So in this section, one more topic we have to discuss is that is offset QPSK. So what is offset QPSK? Already we have studied that QPSK 2 bit at a time are transmitted, and four message points we have seen from the signal space diagram. And what is offset QPSK? So in general, in digital communication, so whenever we are considering the error occurrence in transmission of bits, if there is a very long transitions will takes place, for example, the number of transitions are more, there is a probability of error will be more, right, in practice. So here what we are doing, we are reducing the phase changes from plus or minus 180 degree to plus or minus 90 degree. So that is the logic behind here in this method. So we are trying to reduce the phase transition of 180 degree phase shift to plus or minus 90 degree by applying a 1 bit delay in the transmission. So for example, in QPSK we are transmitting 2 bit at a time. What we'll do by applying different logic or delay in units, will provide a delay for one signal with respect to the other signal, so that we can apply a 90-degree phase shift or 90-degree delay for one signal. So making that, so we can reduce the transition of occurrence of 180 degree to 90 degree, plus or minus 90 degree. So in that first step is, we'll discuss that the carrier phase changes by plus or minus 180 degree whenever both the in phase and quadrature components of the QPSK signal change sign. Can change the sign. So means plus to minus. So as an example of this situation, when we have seen in the signal space diagram, when the die bit is switches from 0 1 to die bit to 1 0. So this condition we'll see here, 0 1 to 1 0. Right. See, look at this transition. If the transition, or if the transmitted bits, set of transmitted or pair of bits transition from 0 1 2 and 1 0, for example in this diagram, M3 to M1, if you move from M3 to M1, there is 180 degree phase shift will be there. So this passes M4 or M2, that will, there is a possibility of error occurrence of M2 and M4 with respect to that signal space diagram will be more. So what we are concentrating here, so when the message bit or pair of die bits are transmitted from one point to next point with 180 degree phase shift, probability of error occurrence is more, right? Second point, the carrier phase changes by plus or minus 90 degree whenever the in phase or quadrature component changes the sign. For example, so when we move from 102 and 00, so in message we have this pair of information, we are moving from 10 to 00, there is only 90 degree phase shift will be there. So during this time we can tell that the probability of error or transition is less, so the error is comparatively less. In third case is the carrier phase is unchanged when we transmit set of pair same set of bits. If you are transmitting 1010, there is no change in the phase of the signal. Also we have seen this in waveforms of QPSK also. Situation 1, and to a much lesser extent situation 2, can be a particular concern when the QPSK signal is filtered during the course of transmission prior to the detection. Specifically, the 180-degree and 90-degree shift in carrier phase can result in change in the carrier amplitude, right? Because there is a change in the data, there is change in the information. If we transmit the same information, there is no change in the phase, so the wave will follow as it is. That is, envelope of the QPS will get changed during the course of transmission over the channel, thereby causing additional symbol errors on detection at the receiver. To mitigate or to reduce this shortcoming of QPSK, we need to reduce the extent of its amplitude fluctuations. So we have to reduce the fluctuations by applying one method that is called offset QPSK method. To this end, we may use the offset QPSK. In this variant, the QPSK, the bit stream responsible for generating the quadrature component, is delayed by 1 bit. That is, offset is inserted or delay is inserted for the 1 bit by a half a symbol interval with respect to the bit stream responsible for generating the in phase component. Specifically, the two basis functions of offset QPSK are changed to like this: phi 1 of t is equal to square root of t 2 divided by t into cos of 2 pi fc of t when t is greater than 0, or when t is greater than 0 or equal to 0 or less than or equal to t. And phi 2 will base function of phi 2 will become square root of 2 by t into sine of 2 by fc of t when t is greater than t by 2 and less than equal to 3t by 2. So this is changed. The pi 1 of t is exactly the same as that of what QPSK what we have studied, but pi 2 is different from the QPSK what we have already discussed. According to the unlike QPSK, the phase transition likely to occur in offset QPSK are confined to plus or minus 90 degree. So that leads to the phase changes to reduce from 180 degree to 90 degree. The possible paths for switching between the message points in QPSK and the offset QPSK is shown here. In first case, diagram A, this is the offset QPSK transitions or switching of a pair of bits. There is a possibility of 180 degree. In second diagram, the offset QPSK, there is no possibility of or less possibility of moving from 180 degree phase shift or occurrence of 180 degree phase shift. However, plus or minus 90 degree phase transition in offset QPSK occur twice as frequently but with the half the intensity encountered in QPSK. Since in addition to plus or minus 90 degree phase transition, plus or minus 180 degree phase transition also occur in QPSK, we find that the amplitude fluctuation in offset QPSK due to the filtering have a smaller amplitude than in the case of QPSK. So this is the advantage of the offset QPSK. The advantage of the offset QPSK is we are reducing 180 degree phase transition to 90 degree phase transition. That leads to the lesser occurrence of errors, so you can say. But in general, if you consider the probability of error by equating the signals or assuming the some parameters, the probability of error occurrence in QPSK and in offset QPSK, we assume it is same, but in real time or in practical, the offset QPSK, we can have the lesser amplitude transitions or envelope changes occurs during the transmission of bits, pair of bits. And the advantages of offset QPSK, less transitions takes place, so lesser energy is required, so less number of sign changes will takes place in offset QPSK. In QPSK method, so in another different types of methods are used to reduce the transitions also. Pi by 4 QPSK is there, offset QPSK is there, QPSK is there, so like that. So different advanced techniques can apply to the QPSK signals to reduce the error occurrence, or to reduce the amplitude shift, or a larger amplitude shift we can reduce by applying the different methods. So this is about the QPSK and error probability of QPSK and offset QPSK, and we'll discuss the next topic is uh, M array PSK signals in the next class. Thank you, one and all.